Scorpio, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, it's your first time here. I'm your host Tina and welcome to my channel. Before we get into it, I do want to mention, for those of you who like to skip this part, go straight to the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description. If you click it, it'll bring you straight to the cards. All right, Scorpio, we are doing your weekly tarot. This one is for March 15th to the 21st, as we enter spring in the northern hemisphere. For those of us, including myself, who are in the northern hemisphere, looking forward to the nicer weather. All right, also I want to take a moment to say thank you to anybody who reached out last week in the comments, who showed their care, who showed their concern. I just want to say I really appreciate it and thank you. It means a lot to me. All right, as you guys know, we pulled two layers. I'm going to jump right into it and get into the first layer now. Let's see what's happening for you, Scorpio. March 15th to the 21st. Let's see. We're going to stop here. Two of Pentacles is at the bottom. So it's like balancing things, juggling maybe a lot of things. Feels like this week is testing you. It's testing you. We got the Two of Pentacles at the bottom, so there's this underlying, like I said, balancing act, right? Kind of like a juggling act, trying to keep things in line, trying not to fall out of balance here. But we have two fives here on your spread. We got the Eight of Swords here, the Three of Swords. Recent past, we have the Six of Swords. This is like you trying to move away from a situation, but it's like proving itself to be difficult, like putting something behind you here, even if it's a mental way of thinking, like mental pattern here, even if it's like you can't escape your own thoughts kind of energy here. The overall energy is the Five of Pentacles. So this could just feel, you know, we have the Three of Swords here as well, and strength is here. So like for some of you, you could really be like kind of a little heartbroken here, or feeling like you were really ignored or left out in the cold, or you're just not being appreciated or valued the way you like you're not getting paid what you owe. And for some of you, it could be about finances, right? Just feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're taking some kind of hit from the universe, right? We are going to go in and clarify. The situation this week is the Queen of Wands. So this is really trying to remain calm, cool, and collected here. Really trying to get more in touch with both aspects of yourself, the light and the shadow side. But yeah, for me, it's really just about having like a cooling effect while things are kind of heated and hot, even if that is internal for you. In the challenge position, we do have strength. It's difficult. It's just challenging you, right? Taming your own inner beasts could be a bit of a challenge here. I do feel like it's you with yourself. Again, I feel like it's you kind of trying to like deal with your own thoughts and trying not to let them get the best of you kind of energy. Because where your mind is at and what you're focused on, we do have the Eight of Swords here. So it just feels like spinning in circles in a way with your thoughts. And they're just kind of, the more you think a certain thing, the more you kind of feel powerless, or the more you kind of can't see a clear solution to a situation, you know, or you just feel like you can't move type of energy. And then your approach, that being said, is the Three of Swords, which, you know, for sure, if you're like, if your mind keeps going in circles, it could cause fear, it could cause anxiety, it could bring painful memories up, right? It's that kind of energy. And then in your environment, we also have the Five of Wands. So let me say this, with two fives here, the Two of Pentacles being at the bottom, Six of Swords in the recent past, it's about like adapting ourselves to kind of change the circumstances that we're in, especially with two fives, right? We got the Five of Wands here. So it's just like disagreements, conflicts. So there's something in your environment that it could either be internally conflicting, or you're really just disagreeing with the people around you, right? Like everybody's like quick to give an opinion, but nobody's kind of listening to anybody. But the beauty of this reading is what is coming towards you by the end of this week. We do have the Nine of Cups. So there is some kind of sense of like happiness, right? Of something within your heart really coming to fruition, or like starting to like get into those first stages of coming to life. And maybe a situation here can turn out better than you thought, or as you were hoping type of energy. That being said, Ace of Cups is at the bottom of this spread. So let's go in, let's clarify. It's really about mitigating our approach so that we can enter, especially with the 2-5 spade here, so that we can enter the balance and the harmony of the sixes. But yeah, I just feel like it's battling your own thoughts this week. So let's see. You know, conquering your own inner demon, your own inner beast. Maybe it's parts of ourselves that we don't like, or we try not to put too much attention on because we don't like it, especially with strength being here. But it is facing this challenge with grace, even if it is internal. Okay, we're going to stop here. 8 of Pentacles is at the bottom. Committed, loyal, and dedicated. Yeah. 2 of Swords is here as well, right? Feeling stuck. And we have 2 of the cards here that are blindfolded. So, but good things are coming. Good things are coming. Like I said, we got this 8 of Pentacles at the bottom. This is super committed, dedicated energy on your part. Recent past, we have Judgment and the 6 of Swords. I feel like you've made a personal decision to kind of like rise from the ashes. This really feels like it's about you, honestly. Even in some ways, like, yeah, it could be about your external world, but I feel like you're realizing this week it's kind of reflecting a little bit of the internal, or the two can't be separated is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, in the recent past, we got Judgment and the 6 of Swords. So I just feel like you made a personal decision here to be like, you know what, enough is enough. It's time for me to rise from the ashes. You could have had a big decision that you made, and part of that decision was moving away from a situation, and kind of keeping it moving, doing what you have to do. The overall energy, which I love, clarifying the 5 of Pentacles. You got the Emperor, so that's fantastic to clarify this. So if you felt like you were in a weak position or in a vulnerable position, you got the Emperor, which is the overall energy of saying, hey, the Emperor does what? It conquers things. So whatever it's dealing with, it faces it head on, and it does it by like having discipline, by having a strategy, by having a strategic approach, and just showing up and building what needs to be built, creating the foundation, creating the structure, making sure that you're protecting what matters to you, protecting what you love. That's the Emperor, right? It's that conquering energy. It's ruled by Aries, ruled by Mars, right? So it's a warrior type of energy, and that's kind of what you're doing. You're like, you know what? So I'm not in this position. This is you saying, I need to make sure that I'm stronger, that I'm not vulnerable, and that I build something sturdy, something steady, you know, a structure that cannot be shaken or moved, like a very strong foundation here. Very strong foundation. Even with the Emperor, it's about having healthy boundaries as well and establishing those boundaries, right? Current situation, clarifying the Queen of Wands. We have the 2 of Swords, right? I feel like, I don't know. We have 2 people here that are blindfolded with the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Can be blocked emotions, definitely. Not wanting to like see what's right in front of you, or feeling like you're just at a crossroads and trying to navigate it, right? That's the challenge this week, is you feel like you're stuck right now. You're trying to move away from where you're currently at energetically. And maybe even physically, let me be honest, maybe even physically. But you're trying to move away. With the Queen of Wands, again, you're trying to remain calm, cool, and collected, which is great, because you don't want to get high tempers, high passions kind of taking over your energy when you're trying to approach this. But yeah, you're trying to move, honestly, but it's difficult. It brings out like fear of the unknown here. And there is an unknown element, right? And there is a need for like a little faith and a little trust in the process and in the universe. In the challenge position, we also got that 9 of Cups, but that's what's coming towards you. So and what's coming towards you is really like a lot of happiness and emotions. While this week right now feels like we're struggling with our thoughts, trying to figure out how do we make changes to get to where we want to go, there is a lot of good energy that is coming your way. So let me just spoiler alert and tell you that beforehand. Strength and the 9 of Cups, challenge position, right? It's hard. You don't know what you want, what's going to make you happy, right? What do you really want? And it's just your own happiness that's been a challenge this week, right? And of course, you're in such a, like, you're in your head. That's the best way to say it. You're so in your head. But yeah, needing to tame your own inner beast, whether that beast is in your head or not, right? And just remaining strong, having compassion with others, yes, but certainly with yourself as well. Where your mind is at and what you're focused on, we have the Eight of Swords clarified by the Four of Cups. I definitely feel like you don't like where you're at. You definitely don't like where you're at, you know. The Eight of Swords indicates feeling like trapped by our circumstances, or there's something in your circumstances that you feel like is inhibiting and interfering with your growth and with your progress and with your overall movement. And then clarifying that, we also get the Four of Cups, which is another strong indicator that you definitely are not liking what's in front of you this week. But to be fair with the Four of Cups, what is in front of you is actually good. You're just not excited by it. You're not motivated by it. And you're like, I don't know, you could be making some space here, right? But it is a call to like kind of see the good that is happening in your life, appreciate what you do have, because this is really to say that there is more in your life that's going well, right? There's 3 cups here that she's looking at, she's not happy with. The shirt literally says over it. But when she's in that space, there's like, you know, a blessing that's trying to come through, but it's kind of unable to see it because we're so focused on what's right in front of us. And I feel like there's an element of missing something that could be right in front of you too, which is weird. It sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but it's like laser focused here while missing something that is totally right in front of you as well. It feels like something is trying to come through, some opportunity, some kind of gift from the universe, that kind of energy. Your approach, we got the Three of Swords and the King of Wands. I love it. This is you still being very flexible and adaptable, even though you're dealing with this, even though you're very much in your head this week. This is you still saying, you know what, I need to think outside of the box. I really maybe need to step out of my comfort zone. I need to take action. So you're very much still trying to face this head on while you're dealing with your own self, right? Like while you could be your own worst enemy in a way this week by being so much in your headspace. It's kind of like that. But you're ready to show up and you're ready to conquer and you're ready to face it head on. In your environment, you could be dealing with a Pisces here and there could be disagreement. We have the moon here. But if some of you aren't just specifically dealing with a Pisces and there's conflict there and discord and discontent and disagreement, others of you, there's just that element of in your environment, the unknown, right? Fear of the unknown, and there's something about it that really scares you, right? Especially with all these supporting cards. With the Two of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Three of Swords. You're scared, right? Where do you go? Where does this road lead? What comes next, right? You know, the moon, though, is here to teach us that things are not as bad as they seem, but you only notice that once you get through the energy of the moon. And moreover, you can't trust everything. Like even your own thoughts, you know, could be deceiving you. They, you know, could be your ego scaring you. And, you know, with the moon, again, it's about just trying to find the light at the end of this tunnel, really. Trying to keep hope, keep faith, that things will turn out in your favor and that everything is happening for you. Now, the best part, coming towards you. And it's very contradictory to where you're at this week, so this is really great. Coming towards you, clarifying the Nine of Cups, we get the Three of Cups. I feel like there is something worth celebrating. It may not be major. I'm not saying you're at the end and you've but this is something that you reach that I feel like is worth totally celebrating. At the very least, we got good feelings, good emotions coming your way. Maybe you get together with people to celebrate something, right? Maybe just being with people feels like a celebration for you. But this is definitely good feelings, happy feelings. For some of you can feel like your heart is really bursting with joy, like a wish come true. And you could very much be surrounded by like your support, you know, your squad, your people, the people who are there when you think of who should I call because something really great just happened, right? These are those people who are going to genuinely be happy with you, be happy for you. So really great positive vibes coming your way, especially after some heaviness. So the storm will pass, the sun will come out. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. Just hold out because good emotions are coming. So I'm going to leave it there for you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. Of course, if anything does resonate, then like and subscribe. As always, thank you, and I will see you all next week.